A man's personal appearance is not just about looks, it's a reflection of his discipline, self-respect, and confidence. You don't need to be born with perfect genetics to be irresistibly attractive. What matters is how you present yourself, how you take care of your body, and how you carry yourself. The Stoics understood this. They believed that a man should master his body as much as his mind, not out of vanity, but because self-discipline and care for one's physical presence show strength, control, and self-respect. And women? They can sense that instantly. In this video, we are breaking down the 7 physical traits that make a man completely irresistible to 99% of women. Pay attention, because most of these are under your control. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to focus on. Watch till the end, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Being in shape. A man's body tells a story of discipline, laziness, self-care, or neglect. Every muscle, every posture, every movement speaks volumes about how a man treats himself and the life he chooses to live. A body that is strong, lean, and athletic is a testament to discipline, consistency, and self-respect. On the other hand, a body that is weak, neglected, or out of shape sends a different message, one of complacency, lack of control, and disregard for one's own well-being. Women don't expect you to look like a Greek statue, but they do notice when a man takes care of himself. A strong, athletic build, even just a lean, toned physique, signals strength, energy, and a high level of self-respect. When you are in shape, you radiate vitality. You look like a man who is capable, resilient, and ready to take on life's challenges. And there's science behind this. Studies consistently show that women are most attracted to men with a strong chest, broad shoulders, and defined arms. Why? Because these physical traits subconsciously signal protection, power, and vitality. Throughout history, men who were strong and capable had a higher chance of survival, which made them more desirable mates. Even today, those primal instincts still play a role in attraction. A well-built man appears more capable of defending, providing, and thriving in life. But getting in shape isn't just about looks, it's about presence. A man who trains his body walks differently. He carries himself with confidence. He moves with purpose. His posture is upright, his gaze is steady, and his steps are deliberate. Women pick up on this instantly. There is an undeniable magnetism in the way a physically strong man holds himself. He doesn't shrink into the background. He commands attention without even trying. Think about it. When you see a man who is physically strong, you don't just see his muscles, you see his discipline. You see the hours he's put in at the gym, the effort he's made to stay consistent, the choices he's made to prioritize his health. That level of dedication is attractive because it shows commitment, self-respect, and control over one's life. A man who is in shape doesn't just look better, he feels better. His energy levels are higher, his mind is sharper, and his confidence is natural. Physical fitness isn't just about aesthetics, it's about functionality. A strong body leads to a strong mind. When you push yourself physically, you develop mental toughness. You learn to endure discomfort, to persist when things get tough, and to stay focused on long-term goals. These qualities extend far beyond the gym. They impact every aspect of your life, from your career to your relationships to your personal ambitions. And let's be clear, being in shape doesn't mean you have to be a bodybuilder. You don't need to have bulging muscles or extreme definition to be attractive. What matters is that you are strong, capable, and well-proportioned. A lean, athletic build with visible signs of strength is far more attractive than a bloated, overbuilt physique or a weak, untrained body. Balance is key. So, how do you build a body that radiates strength and confidence? It starts with consistency. You don't need to spend hours in the gym every day. but you do need to train regularly. Strength training, bodyweight exercises, and a clean diet will take you further than any fad workout or quick-fix program ever will. Focus on compound movements, push-ups, pull-ups, squats, deadlifts, exercises that build real-world strength and athleticism. Nutrition plays a crucial role too. You can't out-train a bad diet. Eating clean, whole foods, lean proteins, healthy fats, complex carbs fuels your body and keeps you in peak condition. Processed foods, excessive sugar, and alcohol weaken your body and drain your energy. Treat your body like a machine, give it the best fuel, and it will perform at its highest level. But perhaps the most important part of getting in shape is the mindset shift. A Stoic man doesn't build his body for approval, he builds it for himself. He understands that physical strength is a reflection of inner strength. He trains not to impress others, but to become the best version of himself. And in the process, he becomes the kind of man that naturally attracts attention. A man who is physically strong stands apart from the average. He exudes power, confidence, and capability without having to say a word. He doesn't need validation because his body speaks for itself. He doesn't need to seek attention because he naturally commands it. The choice is yours. Do you want to be the man whose body tells a story of self-mastery, discipline, and strength? Or do you want to be the man whose body reflects neglect, weakness, and lack of control? Train your body, not for the approval of others, but for the power and confidence it gives you. Because when you are in shape, you don't just look better, you become better in every way. Chapter 2: Facial Hair. Beards change how a man is perceived, and women know it. A man's facial hair isn't just a style choice, it's a statement. It can make the difference between looking like a boy and appearing as a strong, mature, and capable man. A well-groomed beard, even a subtle 5 o'clock shadow, adds depth, masculinity, and an air of dominance to your face. The power of facial hair extends beyond simple aesthetics. It has deep evolutionary and psychological roots. Throughout history, beards have been associated with wisdom, power, and leadership. Ancient warriors and philosophers alike were often depicted with facial hair, symbolizing their experience and authority. Today, while society no longer relies on warriors to protect their tribes, the subconscious association remains. Men with facial hair are often seen as more competent, powerful, and influential. Studies consistently show that women rate men with facial hair as more attractive, dominant, and sexually appealing than those who are clean-shaven. But why? The answer lies in biology and psychology. Facial hair is a visible sign of testosterone, the hormone associated with strength, confidence, and virility. When a man grows a beard, it subtly signals that he possesses high levels of this powerful hormone, something that women, whether consciously or subconsciously, find deeply attractive. Beyond testosterone, beards also serve as a social signal. A well-groomed beard conveys self-care, attention to detail, and a certain level of discipline. It suggests that the man wearing it knows who he is and has taken the time to refine his appearance. On the other hand, a poorly maintained beard can do the exact opposite. It can make a man look unkempt, lazy, or even less competent. A beard enhances your jawline, making it appear sharper and more defined. A weak jaw or a rounded face instantly looks stronger and more angular with the right beard shape. That's why men with facial hair are often perceived as more rugged, assertive, and commanding. It gives an edge of masculinity that smooth-faced men often lack. In contrast, a clean-shaven face can sometimes make a man look younger, softer, or even less authoritative. But there's a catch: it has to be groomed. A wild, unkempt beard won't do you any favors. Letting your facial hair grow out without care will make you look sloppy and undisciplined. And while ruggedness is attractive, carelessness is not. Women appreciate a man who takes pride in his appearance, and that includes how he manages his beard. A messy beard can make you look disorganized, while a well-maintained one elevates your presence, making you appear polished and refined. The key is finding the right style for your face and maintaining it. Not every beard suits every man. Some men look best with a sharp, neatly trimmed beard, while others can pull off a longer, fuller style. If you have a strong jawline, a short beard or stubble can enhance it without overpowering your face. If your face is more rounded, a longer beard can add definition and structure. The goal is balance. Your beard should complement your natural features, not work against them. Understanding your face shape is crucial. An oval face is the most versatile and can handle almost any beard style. A round face benefits from a beard that is fuller at the bottom and shorter on the sides to create the illusion of a longer face. A square face looks best with a beard that is slightly rounded at the bottom to soften the sharp angles. If your face is long, keeping the beard shorter at the bottom and fuller on the sides can prevent it from elongating your features too much. Maintenance is just as important as the style itself. A well-kept beard should be trimmed regularly, shaped properly, and cleaned thoroughly. A scruffy, uneven beard gives the impression of laziness, which is the opposite of what you want. Invest in a good trimmer, use beard oil to keep it soft and healthy, and brush it to keep it neat. These small efforts make a big difference. A hydrated, well-maintained beard also prevents issues like itching and dandruff, ensuring that your facial hair enhances your look instead of detracting from it. And if you can't grow a beard, no problem. Genetics play a big role in beard growth, and not every man can grow a thick, full beard. That doesn't mean you can't look attractive, masculine, and put together. The key is to work with what you have. If your facial hair grows in patchy, keeping a short, well-trimmed stubble can still give you that rugged appeal. If you don't grow much facial hair at all, embrace a clean-shaven look and make sure your skin is well taken care of. A sharp, fresh shave can be just as striking as a well-groomed beard when done correctly. In fact, some men actually look better without facial hair. A clean-shaven look can highlight strong cheekbones, a symmetrical face, or a naturally chiseled jawline. The trick is to ensure that your skin is in top condition. Exfoliate, moisturize, and use a high-quality razor to avoid irritation. The goal is to present a fresh, polished look rather than appearing as if you simply forgot to shave. Ultimately, what matters most isn't whether you have a beard or not, it's looking intentional, put together, and confident. A man who takes the time to groom himself properly, whether he has facial hair or not, stands out. Confidence is what truly attracts women, and part of that confidence comes from knowing you look your best. So, if you can grow a beard, grow it with purpose. Choose a style that enhances your face, keep it neat, and own your look. If you can't, keep your grooming sharp and refined. Either way, the goal is to present yourself as a man who is in control, self-respecting, and aware of his presence. Because at the end of the day, facial hair is just an extension of something much deeper, your ability to command respect, attention, and attraction. Chapter 3. Dressing Well. Want instant attraction? Look like a man who has his life together. Dressing well isn't about wearing expensive brands or blindly following trends. It's about mastering the art of presentation, understanding what fits your body, what complements your personality, and what makes you look like a man with direction. Clothes aren't just fabric, they're statements. They communicate who you are before you even open your mouth. Think about the impression a well-fitted shirt creates. When it hugs your shoulders just right, it makes you look strong and put together. A jacket isn't just about keeping warm, it enhances your silhouette, giving you a sharper, more refined presence. And shoes? They're more than just something to walk in. They reveal your attention to detail, your self-respect, and your sense of discipline. A man who wears well-maintained, high-quality shoes sends a silent but powerful message: I care about how I present myself because I care about my life. Women don't just see clothes, they see what they represent. A man who dresses well looks like he knows where he's going in life. He appears confident, self-sufficient, and intentional. He isn't lost, uncertain, or careless. He's a man with a purpose. And confidence, especially the kind that radiates through self-discipline, is magnetic. A Stoic man doesn't dress to impress others, he dresses to reflect the best version of himself. He understands that sloppy, ill-fitting clothes don't align with his mindset of self-mastery. He doesn't throw things on at random because he knows that a lack of care in his wardrobe can signal a lack of care in other areas of his life. Instead, he chooses his clothing with intention, ensuring that every piece represents his values, his purpose, and his self-respect. This doesn't mean you have to spend thousands on designer clothes. It means you have to invest in pieces that fit well, look sharp, and make you feel confident. A well-fitted wardrobe isn't about quantity, it's about quality. You can have 10 shirts in your closet, but if none of them fit you properly, they aren't doing you any favors. On the other hand, if you have 3 perfectly tailored shirts, they will elevate your presence far more than 100 ill-fitting ones ever could. Dressing well also extends beyond just clothing. Grooming matters. A fresh haircut, a well-maintained beard, clean nails, and a subtle but appealing cologne all enhance the way you present yourself. Women notice these things. They don't just see a man in a nice suit, they see a man who understands the power of details. A man who takes care of himself signals that he is capable of taking care of other aspects of life, his career, his relationships, and his responsibilities. Never underestimate the psychology of appearance. People make snap judgments within seconds of seeing you, and how you present yourself can influence how they treat you. A man who looks like he has his life together will be treated as such. Women will respect and admire him. Other men will take him more seriously. The world will respond to the image you put forth. So, dress with intention. Wear clothes that fit well, reflect your character, and communicate self-respect. A Stoic man doesn't just hope to be perceived as valuable, he ensures that he presents himself as one. And in doing so, he commands respect, admiration, and attraction without ever having to say a word. Chapter 4: A nice hair. Your hair is one of the first things a woman notices about you. It frames your face, shapes your look, and, whether you realize it or not, sends an immediate message about how well you take care of yourself. Hair isn't just about style, it's about effort. Women don't expect you to have a perfect model haircut, but they do expect you to own your look and maintain it. Think about it. When a man walks into a room with a fresh, well-groomed haircut, he immediately looks more put together. He looks like he has his life in order. It doesn't matter if his hair is short or long, curly or straight. What matters is that it looks intentional. A sharp fade, a well-styled medium cut, or a clean buzz all signal one thing: confidence. A man who takes care of himself isn't just attractive, he's respectable. On the flip side, neglecting your hair makes you look sloppy. Overgrown, messy, or greasy hair signals laziness. It makes it seem like you don't care, and if you don't care about yourself, why should anyone else? Women are wired to pick up on these details. They notice when your hair is fresh, just like they notice when you haven't been to a barber in months. They may not say it out loud, but subconsciously, it registers. And in a world where first impressions matter, that small detail can determine whether you appear like a man in control or a man who's let himself go. And here's the reality: even bald men can be attractive. The secret? Own it. A man who confidently shaves his head and embraces it will always look better than someone desperately clinging to a thinning hairline. Women don't care if you have a full head of hair, they care whether you carry yourself with certainty. Take examples from men who rock the bald look: Jason Statham, Dwayne Johnson, Vin Diesel. Do you think their lack of hair hurts their attractiveness? No. In fact, it amplifies it. They embrace what they can't control and double down on what they can: fitness, grooming, presence, and confidence. They don't waste time trying to cover up their hair loss with awkward styles or expensive treatments. They make the most of what they do have. That's the key, not just accepting reality, but turning it into an advantage. This is where Stoicism comes into play. The Stoics believed in controlling what you can and letting go of what you can't. You can't always control your genetics, but you can control your grooming, your attitude, and how you present yourself. If you have great hair, take care of it. Invest in a quality barber. Find a style that suits your face shape. Keep it clean and well maintained. If you're losing it, embrace it. Shave it down. Don't let insecurity control you. And let's talk about grooming beyond just haircuts. Do you keep your beard trimmed and shaped, or is it an afterthought? Do you take care of your scalp if you're bald? Do you use products that enhance your natural look rather than neglecting your hair altogether? These small choices separate a man who is meticulous from a man who is careless. The little things add up. Attraction isn't about having the best hair, it's about having a strong sense of self. A man who walks into a room with a bad comb-over instantly looks insecure. A man who walks in with a shaved head, standing tall, looking sharp, he commands respect. Women don't just see a hairstyle, they see the confidence behind it. So take charge. Your hair is an asset, but it's only as powerful as the confidence you bring to it. Whether you're styling it, trimming it, or shaving it off completely, do it with certainty. That's what makes the difference between a man who turns heads and a man who blends into the background. Chapter 5. Being taller than her. Height is one of the most instinctual attractions for women. It's a primal, subconscious factor that signals strength, security, and dominance. Throughout history, taller men have been associated with leadership, power, and protection. Women aren't necessarily aware of why they prefer taller men. It's wired into their evolutionary instincts. But here's the real question. Does height actually determine attraction? Yes, height plays a role. But it's not the deciding factor. It's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. Plenty of men under 6 feet still attract high-quality women. Why? Because confidence always overrides height. A man who carries himself with presence, who owns his space, who moves with purpose, he will always be more attractive than a tall guy who slouches, avoids eye contact, and lacks masculine energy. Think about it, a tall man who walks into a room with weak posture, looking down at the floor, unsure of himself, does he command attention? No. But a man, regardless of height, who steps into a space with a steady, self-assured stride, who speaks with certainty, who looks people in the eye, he draws people in. Women don't just respond to physical height, they respond to the energy you give off. And here's the truth that most men don't want to hear: if a woman insists on dating a guy over 6 feet 5 inches, let her. You don't need to convince her otherwise. Why? Because the reality is that most women aren't looking for a specific number, they just want a man who makes them feel small in the right way. Not physically, but emotionally. Through confidence, strength, and presence. Women want to feel protected. They want to be with a man who exudes certainty. And certainty isn't about inches, it's about the way you hold yourself. If you walk tall, if you speak with conviction, if you carry yourself like a man who knows who he is, then height becomes secondary. A Stoic man doesn't waste energy obsessing over things he cannot change. He doesn't whine about genetics. He doesn't dwell on height preferences. He focuses on what he can control: his physique, his grooming, his posture, his mindset. He maximizes every element of himself to become the most attractive version of who he is. The moment you stop making excuses, the moment you stop worrying about what you lack and start refining what you have, you shift the entire dynamic of attraction. You stop thinking, "Am I tall enough?" and start thinking, "How can I be the most dominant version of myself?" That's when women start seeing you differently. Look at men who break the height stereotype. Actors, businessmen, athletes, some of the most desirable men in the world aren't giants, but they feel larger than life. It's the way they move, the way they take up space, the way they command attention without begging for it. That's what makes them stand out. So stop using height as an excuse. If you're 5 feet 7 inches, own it. If you're 5 feet 9 inches, stand taller. Whatever your height, carry yourself like a man who doesn't need validation. Because at the end of the Chapter 6, Good Grooming Habits. A man's grooming speaks louder than his words. Before you say a single thing, before you make a move, before you even introduce yourself, your appearance has already spoken for you. Women notice everything. They see the state of your skin, the way your hair is styled, how well your clothes fit, and even the subtle scent you carry. These tiny details, often ignored by most men, are the very things that separate you from the masses. The reality is, women have a sharp eye for detail. They may not always mention it outright, but they are constantly observing, evaluating, and making subconscious judgments about you based on how well you present yourself. If you think you can get away with neglecting personal care, you are mistaken. A well-groomed man stands out not because he tries too hard, but because he puts in the effort to maintain a standard of excellence in every aspect of his life. Clean skin, fresh breath, well-kept nails, a subtle yet attractive scent. These things might seem insignificant, but they set you apart from 99% of men. The truth is, most men don't pay attention to grooming. They assume that looking decent is enough. But attraction isn't just about looking good, it's about showing that you take care of yourself. It's about signaling self-respect and discipline. A man who respects himself naturally commands respect from others. And that's exactly what women are drawn to. A well-groomed man sends a clear message: I value myself. I take care of myself. I am intentional about how I present myself to the world. And women pick up on that instantly. It's not about vanity. It's not about trying to impress people. It's about maintaining a standard. And when you maintain a high standard for yourself, others are drawn to you. Women, in particular, find men with high standards incredibly attractive because it signals that you expect the best not only from yourself, but from life in general. Most men make the mistake of assuming that grooming is optional, that it's just an extra effort you put in for special occasions. But a high-value man understands that grooming isn't just about appearance, it's about how you carry yourself, how you feel, and how you project confidence. A man who neglects his grooming isn't just unattractive, he signals to the world that he lacks discipline and self-respect. Imagine 2 men walk into a room. One is clean, well-dressed, and smells good. His hair is neat, his nails are trimmed, and his overall presence is polished. The other man is wearing wrinkled clothes, has unkempt hair, and carries a faint odor of neglect. Which one do you think commands more respect? Which one do you think women will be naturally drawn to? It's not rocket science, it's basic psychology. People gravitate toward those who look like they have their life together. A Stoic man isn't sloppy. He doesn't show up with greasy hair, flaky skin, or bad breath. He doesn't allow laziness to dictate how he presents himself. He doesn't cut corners when it comes to personal care. He understands that grooming is not about impressing women, it's about being the best version of himself. And that, in itself, is what makes him irresistible. The irony is, when you stop focusing on impressing women and start focusing on becoming the best man you can be, that's when women start to take notice. Women notice details. They see when your hair is unkempt. They catch the scent of your cologne, or worse, the lack of it. They feel the roughness of your hands, the dryness of your lips, the cleanliness of your nails. These details might seem small to you, but they are huge to her. Why? Because they reveal your habits. They show whether you are a man who takes care of himself or a man who lets himself go. They separate the exceptional men from the average ones. Good grooming isn't about being flashy. It's about subtle confidence. It's about being clean, fresh, and well-maintained. It's about walking into a room knowing you look sharp, not because you're trying too hard, but because you've taken the time to care for yourself. That kind of presence is magnetic. Confidence isn't just about how you act, it's also about how you present yourself to the world. A sharp-dressed, well-groomed man doesn't need to say much. His presence alone makes a statement. Think about the men who naturally draw attention without saying a word. They don't just have good looks. They have presence. And that presence is built through self-care, attention to detail, and an unshakable sense of self-worth. Grooming is not about seeking validation from others, it's about showing up for yourself every single day. It's about creating a standard that you refuse to lower for anyone. If you want to set yourself apart, start with grooming. Not just once in a while. Not just when you have a date. But every single day. Because the way you present yourself to the world reflects the way you see yourself. And if you want to be seen as a high-value man, you have to act like one. Consistency is key. Your grooming habits should be as disciplined as your mindset. Start by taking an honest look at yourself. Do you have a solid skincare routine? Do you get regular haircuts? Do you moisturize? Do you trim your nails and keep them clean? What about your scent? Do you wear cologne, and if so, is it subtle yet alluring? These details matter. They create the impression that you are in control of your life. And nothing is more attractive than a man who has his life together. Personal hygiene should never be neglected. Shower daily, use deodorant, and invest in quality grooming products. Brush and floss your teeth. Bad breath is an instant deal breaker. Keep your facial hair neat, whether you prefer a clean shave or a well-maintained beard. Your hair should always be styled appropriately. Greasy, unkempt hair makes you look lazy. These are simple habits, but they make a world of difference. Your grooming habits extend beyond just hygiene. They influence your posture, your energy, and the way you carry yourself. A well-groomed man naturally walks with confidence, knowing he looks his best. That confidence radiates outward, drawing people in without effort. Ultimately, grooming is about respect for yourself and for those around you. The way you take care of yourself is a direct reflection of your values. A man who invests in his appearance is a man who understands the power of presence. And that presence is what makes you unforgettable. Chapter 7: Posture and Presence. Your posture and presence speak louder than words. Before you even open your mouth, before you say a single thing, the way you stand, walk, and carry yourself communicates who you are. It tells people how you feel about yourself. It shows your level of confidence, your inner strength, and your ability to command attention. Straight posture. Relaxed shoulders. A steady, purposeful walk. These things make you instantly more attractive. They tell the world that you are in control, self-assured, and confident. And women? They pick up on this immediately. But most men underestimate this. They focus on what to say, how to dress, or even how much money they have, when in reality, a weak posture can sabotage everything. You can be well-dressed, successful, and even physically fit, but if you carry yourself with hesitation, it dulls your presence. Think about it: a man who slouches, keeps his head down, and moves awkwardly radiates insecurity. His body is telling the world that he's uncertain, timid, and lacking confidence. Women see it, feel it, and instinctively lose attraction. It's biological. When a man shrinks himself, physically or mentally, it sends a subconscious message of weakness. And weakness, in nature, is ignored or discarded. On the other hand, a man who stands tall, moves with purpose, and owns his space commands respect. His posture signals strength. His presence demands attention. And that makes all the difference. Women are drawn to presence. They're not just looking at your face or your body, they're sensing your energy. When you enter a room, do you look like you belong there? Do you move like a man who is comfortable in his own skin? Because that's what they notice. A confident man doesn't need to be the loudest in the room, he just needs to own his space. The way he stands, the way he moves, the way he holds eye contact, it all communicates confidence without him having to say a word. And the good news? This is something you can control. It's not about being the biggest or tallest guy in the room, it's about how you carry yourself. A Stoic man understands this. He doesn't slouch. He doesn't fidget. He doesn't shrink himself to make others comfortable. Instead, he moves like a man who knows who he is. His posture is strong, his gestures are deliberate, and his walk is firm and steady. He's not rushing. He's not tense. He's relaxed, but powerful. Every movement is intentional. Want to instantly improve your presence? Start by fixing your posture. Stand straight, keep your shoulders back, and make direct eye contact. Walk with purpose, never rushed, never hesitant. Take up space, but don't force it. Move like a man who is exactly where he's meant to be. And most importantly, feel it internally. Presence isn't just about body language, it's about mindset. The way you move is a reflection of what you believe about yourself. Believe in your worth, and your posture will follow. When a man truly embraces this, he doesn't need to seek attention, attention naturally gravitates toward him. And that's what makes him truly irresistible. Attraction isn't just about genetics, it's about how you take care of yourself, how you present yourself, and the confidence you carry. 99% of women aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for a man who knows his value and isn't afraid to own it. So take care of your body. Present yourself well. Carry yourself like a man who demands respect. And trust me, you won't have to chase. They'll come to you. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's the first thing you notice in a woman? Let's talk.